Adam22 is back on the cruise show.
He
Let's go.
is.
Power 106, #1 for hip hop.
Hey, now.
Adam22 has had a crazy few days, a crazy
he
week
has.
maybe, right?
Really?
Adam22, my guy, welcome back to the show.
How you guys doing? It's nice to be back.
We're doing good.
I feel like it was an old family all of a sudden.
How are
we
you?
are family.
Yeah, it's family. It's all love. Shout out to the No Jumper podcast.
Hey.
There you go.
Adam22 is that guy. It's it's a hip hop podcast that a lot of people gravitate to, a lot of people respect, and a lot of
Absolutely.
people fuck with. You know,
Right.
Adam22 was recently attacked.
I feel like ambushed in a sense. You know what I mean?
The video's out. We saw it on TMZ. What happened there?
So I was basically just chilling in the back of my store doing a live stream. It was my first live stream in like 2 weeks because I had just been in Australia for a while doing some festivals. And my friend, I have a guy like posted up by the door. He's armed. And then we had food delivered. Shout out to Bossa Nova. And
That's right.
this guy sneaks in past like my guy when he's bringing the food in.
How, Adam?
okay.
How does that happen?
Because you probably blend in with the food delivery guy. I don't know, maybe.
Well, like it's dark in the back of my store, and my guy is just grabbing the food, like no big deal. He's looking around. He thinks it's all good. He doesn't realize that there's this kid like posted up, lurking, like hiding by this fence.
Yeah.
And so then like, you see in the video that I'm literally like just taking this big plate of food and like putting it on the table as he just runs up. And I just, it's like this 2 or 3 second period that's just so intense where I'm looking at him and I'm just, I let out this weird, awkward, nervous laugh.
Did you giggle?
Little Michael Jackson, that's
Why?
how people keep describing
Why
it.
the giggle?
I think
There's a gun in your face.
I was nervous, and like so many things went through my head in the sense of like I thought it was a joke. I didn't want to totally tweak out if it was a joke.
You're on camera as well, so you don't want to look crazy.
Exactly, and I'm even thinking in my head, I'm like, this isn't funny, you idiot. Like this, you can't do this. Like assuming it's one of my friends. Like, and what's weird too that people don't see is that my guy is literally like gun out to this guy's head behind him. And he doesn't realize that for the first couple of seconds as he's walking in.
Your guy almost pulled the trigger, right?
My guy came so close. And if you look at it, it's like he had every right to. Like if he had shot this kid dead, it would have been no jury in the world would have convicted him because it would have been just total protection.
Yeah. And this kid is locked up now?
Yeah, I heard he's in like a psych ward, like being evaluated and all this kind of stuff. I feel like if you're gonna compare it to a type, it would be some school shooter type shit. It was definitely not, a professional robber, a gangster, anything like that. It was just some dumbass kid. I don't know what the hell he's
Do you feel
thinking.
bad for him?
Yeah, and I would feel. Actually, I don't feel that bad because he didn't get killed. So if he got shot in the head, then I would feel a little bad. But,
Right.
As it went, he might have got a concussion. But
What kind of gun was it?
well, that was the thing is that it was a prop movie gun, but we didn't know
what?
Well, we didn't know that until far later, until the.
To me, what was the
media.
point of showing up with a prop movie gun that doesn't even work to pull it out in your face? Like, what's the point of all
That's
this?
some issues.
It's so stupid.
Probably didn't make sense to him either. The guy, you know what I mean?
How could it? Like, how could that situation have worked out unless? Yeah, like you're not going to take a whole room full of people hostage. Like somebody's going to get you.
Now, when I found out that it was a joke, or not a joke, but it wasn't like, real.
A stunt?
Yeah, because we thought at first it was fake, right?
Everyone thought that.
Yeah, and then when we found out it was
Everyone
real.
thought
No,
that.
I get it. Yeah.
And there's still people that don't necessarily believe that really happened.
I seen some guy get like 5,000 retweets saying that it was fake and trying to like using one of the articles about it being a fake gun to prove that I staged the whole thing.
Right,
So I'm like, no,
right.
it's not accurate.
But I got mad, and there was a part of me that got really mad. I was talking to Guap about it, and I was like, I'm really pissed off because how did this guy, how was he able to get that close to Adam? He should have never been able to get that close to you.
Yeah,
Did
we're
anybody
gonna
get fired for that?
No, because it's my like childhood friend who was the guy who had his gun drawn on the other guy and stuff. And I mean, I understand where he's coming from too, because in his head, like he's actually like a firearms expert, to be honest. And he made the observation as it was happening, and it kind of briefly flashed through my head too, like that gun does not look legit. Like
okay,
because it was like spray painted. It just didn't look like a real pistol,
Right.
And like,
Toy gun.
And he was saying that even when he was on top of the guy wrestling the gun away from him, and I was like on top of him, like holding his legs, and my guy's up there, and he said that the guy was like swinging the gun around so wildly that he almost shot him like in the head on the ground while we were all like holding him down because he was scared that the guy was going to shoot him. But that's when he like realized like something looks weird about that gun.
Have you ever, did you ever meet this kid? Did he threaten you in the past?
Not that I know of, although to be honest, that's a good idea. Because I I think they might know what his Instagram is. I could check to see if I have an open DM from him, but I didn't actually check that or anything yet.
Yeah.
Not that I know of.
Is this made you probably want to go ahead and beef up security at your place?
This changes your lifestyle?
I mean, I pretty much always keep like a security guard or like at least a couple of my dudes around me. But yeah, and that's the weird part is like I literally had way more protection than almost anyone ever has in that kind of situation. Like I had a guy with a fucking pistol in his lap sitting at the door, and he let his guard down for a couple seconds, and that happened.
Yeah,
it's like,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. And then I thought about it from like, you know, a girlfriend's point of view, you know, because I know you're in a relationship, and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's probably freaking out seeing this, because I would freak out and be like, how did you know what I mean? How did all this happen?
Right.
And she did freak out, correct?
Definitely. She started crying her eyes out at some party that she was at. She was the first person I told. So.
Yeah.
More on your relationship in a few minutes, too, because I have so many questions on this relationship. It's just insane.
Yes.
Do you like have you analyzed like why he would want to come after you? Anything you ever did?
Why would anyone come after you?
I don't know. I'm such a sweet guy. I don't understand.
Exactly.
Do you have a checkered past? Maybe you hooked up with someone's wife?
Oh, I hooked up a hell of people's wives. That's a good point. I don't think this guy didn't look like the type to have a wife. I don't think he got that far in his life yet.
But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would he? You know what I mean?
I don't think he got that far in his life yet, to be honest.
And are you talking to LAPD? Are you
we all gave like brief statements to them or whatever, and if they were to ask me for further help, then I would certainly be down. I mean, I've never really talked to the cops too much in my life, but they were super nice, and shout out to them for how nice they were about everything when they came to our shop. I mean, we've honestly always had really good relationships with the cops around our store whenever they stopped by. I mean, they've always been nice to us. Yesterday, literally, we were in the back of my store shooting a photo shoot with the porn star Riley Reid, and she was wearing this tiny little like lingerie thing, and she was holding 2 pounds of weed. And the cop car comes through and like cruises, stops for a second, and the cop just goes to me, "I see you." And he kept driving, and I was like, "Man,
Nice to have those relationships, right?"
Shout out to LAPD.
Yeah.
So you would continue like the cooperation with the cops, considering that in the culture, quote unquote, like snitching is like not tolerated.
I mean,
is that snitching?
You know what I'm saying? No, I mean, yeah.
No, I mean, if it happens to you, right?
I think
You have to say something.
It's only snitching if you yourself like purposefully involve yourself in a criminal organization, or like if me and you decide that we're shipping packs, and then the cops catch me and I'm like, nah, it was him. That's snitching.
Yeah, you
if
snitched
somebody
on me.
shows up and tries to shoot you in the head, that's not snitching. That's
Right? That's just answering questions, because there's a video that went viral and everybody's seen it.
Plus,
Yeah.
what information am I really going to tell the cops? Like that's
mean,
probably
it's
why
all
they
on
haven't
video.
really talked to me, is because what the hell? What am I going to
The
tell?
video says it all.
Yeah.
The video
live
is the whole
stream
thing.
is there,
The cops
right?
seem really confused about the fact that like, oh, I have video of this whole thing occurring, and they're watching it like, wait, so you were just sitting there recording yourself? I'm like, no, it's like a live stream. They're like,
Yeah.
okay.
They didn't get it, yeah.
Adam22, No Jumper Podcast.
Yes.
Adam22, we live in a world currently. It's a crazy world, right? But there's a lot of lies out there. Jussie Smollett, R. Kelly, Lori Loughlin, and so many more. But
My gender.
yeah, right. Lecheto. But you know that it's hard to believe anyone at this point. You know what I'm saying? I watched the video of you this morning. Actually, I watched it, and you're talking about what happened, but you're wearing sunglasses. To me, that says you're not trying to make eye contact, or you don't want anyone to read your facial expressions.
The video I made talking about with sunglasses on, I wear sunglasses in those videos a lot because I have a super bright light in my face. And to be honest, I've been on like not a lot of sleep since this happened, because I've been just running around doing media appearances, and I still been having to do my regular interviews and everything. And like we had this crazy like 6-hour photo shoot yesterday and stuff. But no, I'm 100% like, this is no cap in my rap. And by the way, this guy got kicked in the head like 100 times. So I find it really kind of confusing to think that we could have hired somebody to get a brutal concussion, get arrested, get charged with attempted robbery.
Yeah, you couldn't pay him enough.
I don't know how that
Right.
would, like, if you look at the Jussie Smollett
Everybody's got a
thing,
price. Everyone has a price, though.
man. I mean, if you look at the Jussie Smollett thing, like his whole idea was that he was going to do this thing, and then nobody was going to catch the assailants, and that he was going to be able to get off scot-free. Like, not a great plan. But if this was fake, trust me, it would have really fallen apart by now, because there's a lot of people trying to prove that it's
Seriously, the internet got the fucking craziest investigators.
The
bro.
internet is out for blood on this story, man.
They want to know, and they're all going to be brutally disappointed. But actually, to be honest, the more and more that people get going with the fake thing, the more that I'm kind of like, all right, like, let's keep it going, because you know, it's ultimately just going to affect their credibility because it's not true. So.
Right.
Yeah, when they find out the
whatever.
truth, right? Will you be attending court hearings and court cases for it?
I mean, I'm not doing anything that I don't have to do, but if maybe if it would be good for the video, maybe
Have you
I'll go
lawyered
do a
up?
vlog. No, I mean, well, I have lawyers, but not for this.
No Jumper, the podcast, Adam22.
Yes.
Okay, bro. Your relationship. You're a part-time porn star. You're a podcaster. You're a business owner. You're a good guy.
Right, I appreciate that.
Are there any rules in your relationship? Is it an open relationship? Are you guys swingers?
I mean, it's open-ish. You know, it's like it's kind of like.
And can you talk to my fiance?
Yeah, I'll have a word with her. Yeah. You want to give me her number? Sure.
Hell no, dog. I know
Okay,
your
wait,
work.
not like that. Not like that. No, I mean, she doesn't want me like, you know, running around. I think she just wants to be involved more than anything.
Yeah.
Like, she would be pissed if I fucked some hot girl and she was like didn't have the opportunity to get with her too. She's like, you know, we're sort of similarly aligned in the sexually motivated.
If she's there,
part.
you're allowed to have sex with another woman?
Oh yeah, we've done that many times.
Many
on
times.
New Year's, it was me, her, and like 4 porn star girls, and it just so happened. And then I saw there was a makeup artist there too, and she was just sort of hanging out watching.
Oh, that's kind of hot. So what are the rules in your relationship?
I mean, she just she wants to be involved. She
has
I
to be
think
there.
that ultimately, like, our goal is just to be like really raw and transparent with each other. And it's like if I meet a girl, like the other day we were doing a live stream, these 2 blonde stripper chicks come through, and I just start talking to them. We're talking for 20-30 minutes. I get their phone numbers. I just straight up FaceTime my girl, and I was like, "Yo, these girls like you. We should go see them at the strip club soon." Blah blah blah. You know, it's like if I'm gonna hit on a girl, I would rather be open with my girl about it, and just, you know, then I feel like she's not gonna get her feelings hurt. I feel like the lying or the deception in the past, anytime we ever got into stuff, it was just because I was lying.
Can she be with other men?
I mean, you know, theoretically anything could happen, but she doesn't seem interested, and you know, I would not be like hugely supportive of it.
He said I would not be
Feel like
hugely
living in
I
shit.
supportive.
couldn't be supportive of that.
Right.
And I'm not supportive of it in your relationship either, bro. I don't want that for you. You know what I mean? That's just
That'd be
weird.
Yeah.
Because she'd be like,
weird.
"Look, babe, I found this guy with FaceTime. Are you good?"
I feel like if she like if she really wanted to, or if this was like an issue, then we would probably like have a conversation about it. But I don't.
But do you ever get the question, was she better than me?
You know, it
Can
takes,
she do this better than me?
You have to like be able to soothe her ego in whatever way applicable. You definitely like need to be conscious of what she's feeling and stuff. It's really not for the weak at heart. It's like the kind of like the threesome thing or the polyamorous thing. It's like you gotta be very confident in her emotions and like how to, like, you know, make her feel like she's special during any kind of
over communicate,
over communicate. There you go.
And
Yeah.
be completely honest and transparent, because you know that can get messy and it gets weird, and you don't want it to
My
get weird.
policy is like lying is bad. If you lie in a relationship, it's always going to be bad. So if you can find a relationship where you don't have to lie and where you can be as truthful as possible, then you're probably in the best possible relationship.
In the relationship game, you're somewhat ahead of it, right? Like, yo, you're pioneering a whole new relationship vibe.
I do get a lot of young people telling me like, I had a threesome last night and you inspired me to do it, or like my girlfriend let me fuck her friend last. I'm like, man, that's crazy. I couldn't imagine that as when I was young. Like,
Right.
I didn't have like role models in that sense. Which is cool.
What about a book? Are you writing a book?
No, I'm not writing anything.
No.
You need to. You have so much
A book could be
material. Yeah.
I thought about. I always wanted to write a book about the BMX thing before
Yeah.
I got more into the rap thing. But then I feel like now I couldn't do that because I'm like out of that world. But
Yeah.
not out of it, but not.
Could you
knee
do
deep
the
in
Rob Dyrdek thing and take over MTV and have a show like that, or
MTV's
will you
dead.
stick to your roots?
MTV's over.
Oh.
I mean, just state the obvious. All the TV networks and stuff are pretty much over, like damn near, as far as I can tell. I mean, I've been approached with all kinds of deals for TV, and it's kind of like, here, take this like bullshit payout instead of working on your YouTube channel and making way more money, so that you could build something that we're gonna own and that you're not gonna have full creative control.
You've gotten
over.
holding deals?
Nah, I never even got that far. Actually, I did sign like a 6-month development deal at one point, and then the contract ended, and the guy had a heart attack because I wouldn't re-sign.
Oh no!
But
You
overall,
got
it's
paid,
like,
yeah, you got paid off that.
yeah, but I mean,
Little
it's
bit.
just I don't see any reason. Like, why would I want to go create content for MTV? They can suck it. There's like absolutely nothing for me to gain from that besides like a short-term check that's going to be way less than I can make on my own. So I got no interest in TV development stuff or anything like that, to be honest.
Yo, would you smash Chanel West Coast, or have you?
I would smash her if she promised to stop rapping.
Hi, Chanel.
You remember the
Hip-hop
video?
thanks you.
Yo, that's Cece's homegirl.
You remember the video? Is she
okay.
really?
No, it's okay.
No,
It's
but you
okay.
remember the video where she was freaking out outside the club
Yeah,
at
yeah,
Poppy?
yeah, yeah.
And you know, she
You don't even know who I am.
They started calling her friend Lil Pump, and she goes, "Lil Pump isn't black. He's black. Fuck you." She was so mad. And I saw Pump recently, and I showed him that video, and he had never seen before.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He thought it was so funny, but like previously I hadn't sent it to him because I'm like, oh, it's Pump. Like he's probably got a million people sending it to him. But
Yeah.
then
Is Pump done smoking weed?
is
he being honest,
Such
or
a
is-
capper. He's such a liar. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it's possible that. Listen, I believe that Pump would stop smoking weed if the doctor told him that he was dying. And that he needed
it,
to stop
right.
smoking weed.
Right,
Otherwise,
right,
I can't
right.
really imagine him not smoking. He smokes such an offensive amount of weed.
Yeah, it's just it's an enormous amount.
Yeah, my girlfriend can barely be around it whenever she's been around. She's one of those people, like, if there's a ton of people smoking blunts and it's not, like, if there's not good air filtering or whatever, she got to get out of there.
Oh, okay.
So
Yo.
she almost had a panic attack on a Sprinter one time with me.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Favorite guest on No Jumper?
Favorite guest on No Jumper? Probably Wide Neck is the one I've been saying lately.
Why?
He was just such a gangster, dude. Like, he was just so...
He's funny.
I felt like I had just met, like, the underutilized Gucci Mane. Like, his whole just...
Underutilized Gucci.
And I know he's just like a meme, but he was just such a cool ass dude, like the most solid dude. Like, if I needed somebody to put in work for me, I would call Wide Neck if he
That's
doesn't
the
have
guy,
anything
right?
else
That's the
going
guy.
on.
Yeah,
there.
that's the guy,
That's
right?
the guy you
I
want to
just-
call?
Sounds like he's the guy that'll help you bury a body. You know what I mean?
Literally, I
That's the
believe that
people you want.
he would know where to go.
Yeah,
right,
man.
to do
And
that.
yo-
And that neck is due to a medical thing.
Well,
yeah?
his quote was like, "It ain't no medical condition."
Oh, it ain't no medical condition.
He was such a hard ass. Like, he was just not having it when I was like, "Did people make fun of you for that growing up?" He was like, "Nah, ain't nobody clowning on me." Like, he was just like,
Well, the internet's
straight
clowning,
up.
sir. You know
but
what
he
I'm
was
saying?
just not
Yeah.
having it. He was just
Right,
letting
right,
us
right,
know,
right.
I don't know about all that internet shit. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody clowning me. Nobody pressing me. Like, he was just super hard. I didn't expect him to
That's
be
crazy,
like.
yeah.
He was awesome. Like, he was so
How
cool.
does it affect you when an artist comes in and they're standoffish? They have a one-word answer to your question, and you've done obviously your research, and you want a good interview.
I mean, it means they might get like a 10 or a 15-minute interview instead of an hour-long interview. And to be honest, it's like at this point, I'm experienced enough that it doesn't really bother me too much because, it's like I know that the fans want to see them give a good interview. So it's like, this is your opportunity. You can make something out of it or you could blow it, and it's up to you for the most part.
Right. No,
you
I
ain't gonna
get
make
that
me
too.
feel awkward. I don't care.
So you
Yo, I
posted a
know. See,
picture.
they make me feel awkward, and I have to like
We've wrapped
somehow.
up interviews like right away because we feel the vibe and we're just like, okay, because at that point it's either you're gonna fight the vibe or you know what I mean. On IG you posted a picture with YG. We got something in the works. Y'all ready for it? What's going on? Let
Yeah.
us know.
Now we got something in the works with YG
yeah,
as well.
we do too.
Just working on that, like the interview. Like, he wanted to do an interview, but he just wants to make it a lot more involved and just do more stuff. So we went to the studio, met up with him the other day, and discussed it, and just got some various ideas in the works and everything. And yeah, he was one of the first people who hit me up to ask me about the situation. Like, he just hit my line immediately. Just wanted to know what was going on. So shout out to
Oh, he looked
YG.
out. He looked
He's
out.
really
What's
in
up?
the streets.
Yeah.
If there's somebody
No,
shooting
yeah.
in LA, he needs to know.
No, straight up. He needs to know.
You gotta check in with YG.
Who else checked in? Who else checked in and made sure you were okay?
Man, Chief Sosa hit me up. Keith was like seemed like upset that I didn't that nobody got shot. Like, he's basically like, his point hit me up was like, your guy should have killed him.
Really?
Yeah, Chief Keef was not.
Yeah, but Sosa, we got to keep up appearances.
Yeah.
Sosa's he's been around.
Yeah,
Right, exactly.
Yeah, drill time.
You know who I'd like to see on No Jumper? You interview Nardwuar. That'd be.
Oh, I would love to do that too, man.
That should be fucking-
honestly, that is like a reason why I would like to go to South by Southwest, because I feel like
man.
Nardwuar is just a man around town out there.
You think he getting it? Nardwuar getting it out of South by Southwest?
with girls? I would love to know what his
You
relationship
think girls
is
are
like.
blowing him?
Yo,
Because he's Nardwuar?
I think out there he having threesomes.
I heard that there was a fight at a show that he was at there, and that like a bunch of guards just immediately rushed Nardwuar out of there like he was the president or something.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
why,
because people were going crazy?
Yeah.
When he busts, does he say doo-doo-doo-doo or no?
Oh my god.
and then waits for her to say it too.
You guys are so out
and
of
leaves a
line.
thumbs up.
So out of line.
That's the ultimate decision as an artist.
man.
Make it. As an artist, that's the ultimate decision. Is like, what do you do when Nardwuar tells you
That's
to say
the best.
do?
That's the best because it gets so awkward and it's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, man. Who else inspires you as far as interviewers go? Because you decided to do interviews for a reason, right? And were you inspired to do so?
Man, at the time, honestly, I was pretty much inspired by Combat Jack and then Joe Rogan. Because I was watching a lot of Joe Rogan. I like the
Rogan's
YouTube
podcast
angle and
is
everything.
dope,
Yeah, this was like a little bit earlier on, but then at the same time, I was listening to Combat Jack, and he was doing all these like adult, he's doing De La Soul, he's doing Tribe Called Quest, and I was thinking, like, this is amazing. And this is when rap podcasting first kind of came out. I was like, this is amazing, but I'm around all these like underground rappers and stuff. I could do something like this, but for a different underground crowd. And like, nowadays though, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I watch a lot of DJ Vlad. I love DJ Vlad's interviews. Like, he crawls through like every personality in hip hop. Like, he's interviewing like a security guard from Death Row and stuff. Like,
serious.
He's like breaking it.
I mean,
really breaking it down.
A lot of people give Vlad shit, but he inspires me because he's not afraid to interview somebody who's completely unknown but has an interesting story.
Right,
which
right.
is,
and has a connection and makes that connection very clear in his interviews.
He can
what
find
up,
it. He can dig that out of them, which is. I respect it. He's a little bit of a view whore in the sense that, like, if he interviews you and you say like one thing about Tekashi 6ix9ine, then that's going to be boom. That's in the title.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
out of there, right? It's out of there. He's for the headline.
I just like, I like
For
his
sure.
content.
No, and he asks questions that sometimes I wish I could ask. You know what I'm saying? But it's weird, and I don't
Everybody's like on their scale between like Zero and Charlemagne, like of like how hard you want to go and saying the most offensive thing you can.
Right.
Yeah.
No, for reals.
Does Vlad pay his guests? Do you know about that? No,
I don't think so.
because they're very free and open, and they're a lot of people are not necessarily
That open.
in
Yes.
interviews.
Yeah,
So I don't know, but that's his money. Shout out to Vlad. Sorry I didn't return the DM, my G. Adam22, the No Jumper podcast. He's alive and well. He's
Thank
here.
God. Yes.
Surviving.
Yes.
Surviving, my G. And even though if you get shot with a prop gun, it could still do some damage if it's close.
If it's blanks?
right? Yeah.
I think it was blank.
That's how they got Bruce Lee's son, right?
But I thought that there was like a real bullet in that thing.
No, of course you thought at that moment, but with blanks you can still get hurt. Correct? That's what you said, Cruz.
I think
But
so,
I'm
yeah.
saying with the thing with Bruce Lee's son was that like wasn't that like it was supposed to be a fake bullet, but then it was a real bullet and they shot at him.
It was supposed to, it was a real bullet, but it was a prop bullet. They thought it was a prop bullet,
Right.
And I think the shell of the bullet is what killed him,
Wow, see, that's so crazy.
or the bullet. Yeah, shit.
I don't know.
You ever been threatened like that before? Gun to your head?
I guess I've had people pull guns on me, but not like that serious. It's always kind of just been like more of like somebody like pull it out and like wave it around. I've seen a bunch of people get shot, to be honest, but I mean, never like that I was directly involved with or anything. And it was all kind of years ago, not recently.
Why do a lot of Armenian girls have something to say about your girl?
Do they?
Yeah.
Really?
What is that?
They love her?
I don't know if it's love.
For real?
I don't know if it's love, bro.
You gotta tell me. I mean, it's probably like a miniature version or a microscopic version of the Kim Kardashian thing, in that it's. I've learned quite a bit about the Armenian people. Like,
Really?
I mean,
Like
yeah,
what?
just from being around her and her family and like everything. I mean, it's just kind of like. It's sort of a conservative type of culture. And it's sort of like a split culture in the sense that they view it as like people who are traditional or people who are Americanized. And like her having a private snap is about as Americanized as it gets. So I imagine that it would be like Mia Khalifa getting hate from like the Muslim community.
Sure.
It's like how like
Bro,
they
but Mia's
but she's
doing porn in a
so-
burqa, bro. You know what I mean? So that's
In the past, when my girl used to get hit up to do porn, it was always stuff like that because they thought
really?
that she could pull off the Muslim look, and that's a huge category in the porn world.
It is?
I know this.
Yeah, people want to watch that.
It is.
Oh, wow.
It is.
Although also people probably will want to kill you for making that. Yeah.
True. Very true.
know?
Yeah, that's kind
Very
of dangerous
true.
right there.
Yo, man, congratulations on your success. The last time you were here, bro, you said you gave out the address to your store, which is fine, right? And you were like, yo, pull up with a stick, my
Do
G.
we
And
have
that's
that clip?
exactly what happened. Where's it at?
Put your-
Somebody
you
hit
gotta-
it.
put your- yeah,
No
you gotta
Jumper the
listen.
podcast. Where can people find it?
Head on over to youtube.com/nojumper.
Right, and they can go to the store on Melrose.
769 Melrose. Pull up with a stick.
Wow.
No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Not in a car.
Because there's a rubber
Pull up with a stick and
Exactly.
protect me.
People took that too seriously.
Yeah, what was in my head at that moment that I was like, let's just quote that Sad Baby song. Huh? I did interview him at one point, and I did ask him why he did a song with R. Kelly, and he said, I like R. Kelly. And that was me not being Charlemagne because I didn't have it in me to be like, okay, well, what about this? But that also was pre-surviving R. Kelly, so.
Yeah, that's been crazy since that docuseries came out.
Insane.
Yeah.
Surviving the Cruise show coming soon.
The kid who pulled the gun on you, do you plan on interviewing him?
Somebody suggested that.
I think you should.
That would be so awesome.
Listen,
I would.
if he gets his life together, if he figures out what's going
No.
on,
You
and
want
he
him.
stops.
You don't want him with his life together.
You want the Hannibal Lecter version of him all
Absolutely.
strapped up and shit.
Absolutely. And this time you turn it around. You do the interview with a gun in his face.
Right, yeah. A bunch of guys surrounding him immediately. Yeah.
Fucking question.
This is how it feels. Yes.
But yo, they released, dude. You should interview the guy because
Yeah,
I
I say
think
you
that's.
do,
I mean,
bro.
you know,
Was he a young kid?
He looked pretty young,
Oh man.
like probably early 20s.
what
Oh, wow.
nationality was he?
Hispanic, I think.
Yeah. What's his last name though? He's got it's.
No, it wasn't a Hispanic last name. I
No.
have it. I gotta look for it.
No,
but
you're
yeah.
right. It was an Asian last name.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
last
yeah.
name is
David
Tran.
Filipino,
David
maybe?
Tran. David
Filipino,
Tran.
David Tran.
I hate that. It's so
Yeah.
funny that he's famous now.
I know, bro.
Like his name.
I
Everybody
know.
knows his name.
Do you
now.
know his IG? Because I want to follow him.
I'm gonna actually get my
You better
employee to
stop.
show me when I get back because
Right.
I would like to look into that. Yeah,
For sure, man.
but he's
Adam
a celebrity. He's probably gonna be hosting parties and stuff. when he
Bro,
gets-
do you think? I mean,
my
listen, we live in a
God.
world where that's possible now. You know
he's
what
gonna
I'm
get a
saying?
brand deal
Yeah, like he's gonna get an eyelash deal, something.
from like a gun brand or something? Yeah.
Right. A taser brand. I don't know,
Oh,
man.
this is crazy.
No Jumper the podcast, Adam22.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
Nah, man,
No,
we
thank you
appreciate
so
you,
much
man.
for
Is there
coming by.
anything you want to plug? Anything you need to
Upcoming
say?
projects that you got going on?
I do want to say that we just dropped these hoodies and t-shirts
I
on
saw that. I would
nojumper.com,
really
yeah.
love one too.
Oh, I got that. I'll send the
Oh,
pack through.
hell
for sure.
yeah.
These
Yeah.
these are up now. That's
We
one
get a
thing.
2X.
Hey,
Do you make 2X?
We do. We don't make 3X, and I get complaints about that here and there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
really?
a porn star. You don't do 3X. That's crazy.
Trojan or Magnum for you?
When I got to wrap up, I'm a Magnum kind of guy. Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
I eat the
I remember,
Magnum
honest to
lollipops.
God, and this is not like, oh, let's talk about having a big dick, but I remember when I realized that Magnums were a thing, and I realized then at that moment that I'd been wearing condoms that were way too tight for my entire life.
Right. Choking it.
And I was just like, fuck. Now I don't just have to be running
Bro.
this risk all the
Your
time.
dick was committing suicide, bro.
Yeah, but realistically,
Stop it.
we're only fucking bitches with clean tests in 2019.
That's
'cause, like,
right.
you
You
know,
going raw now?
Oh, I've been going raw, but I mean now
Even
I'm
with
doing it
strangers?
more. Yeah, but I mean now I'm being a lot safer with it because now it's like my girl's in the porn industry stuff, and so
Yeah.
like she like all the porn girls that she wants to hook up with me and stuff. It's like they got to have a test within like 2 weeks or whatever. So.
Yeah.
Good.
And she knows about that. Like she knows that they've been tested.
There's
and-
paperwork.
Those girls are militant with it. Like, if you haven't got tested in the last 2 weeks, they're not doing anything with you because they have to report back to their agent or whatever. And it's like they can't put other people at risk. So, like, in the porn world, it's actually like very, very strict with the STD testing stuff. Is one thing.
Man, I threw on a Magnum once. I was laying down.
It was like putting on some Jinkos.
Bro, when I stood up, bro, it slid off. No joke, bro. No joke. Adam22, No Jumper, the podcast, Cruise
There
Show,
it
Power
is,
106,
yes.
number one for
Yeah.
hip hop. My
Thank
God,
you.
let's get it.